Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to be looking at standard form or scientific notation. These terms mean the same thing. Alright guys? So standard form is scientific notation. It's the same thing. And it says any rational number can be written in the form of a multiplied by 10 to the n, where a is between 1, right? It's basically between 1 and almost 10. All right, so let me just explain that. Okay, a has to be between 1 and, right, so this is a closed one. It has to be between 1 and an open 10. Okay, so what this means is, it means that it can be 1 all the way up to 9.99999, as closest to 10 as you can get, but anything but 10. Okay, so that's the range. So the range is between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 9.99999, and so on. Okay, so I soon explain exactly what this means, guys. It sounds kind of weird, but I'm just gonna give you an example soon. All right. So it says when a rational number is written in the form a times 10 to the n, we say that it is written in standard form or scientific notation. All right. So notice that the form is a times 10 to the n. Okay. And a is between 1, is either equal to 1 and between 1 and 10, but not equal to 10. All right. So let me just try to explain that now. All right. So it says express the following in standard form. So we have 934, right? 934, 602, and we need to explain this in standard form. All right. So let's do that. We have to write it in the form a times 10 to the n. Okay. So how we're gonna do that now? Firstly, we're gonna look where the decimal point would be. So clearly the decimal point would be here, and it would be 934,602.0, right? So we need to put this in a specific form. Now, what we're gonna do to change it to the form is we're going to carry this point up to where the last number is, which is this 9. Okay, so we're gonna carry the decimal point, to where the 9 should be. Cool. So let me just go through that one more time with you guys. Cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look where the decimal point is, and I'm going to move the decimal point a certain number of places to where the first significant number is. Okay, so let's do that one more time. So I'm going to move the decimal place from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. All right, so I'm going to end up with 9.34602, right? And since I moved the decimal place 5 times, I know that 9.34602 multiplied by 10 to the 5, because remember I moved the point 5 places to the left, right, is the same as, this is exactly equal to 9.34602. All right, cool. So this is standard form, guys. Standard form is when you write it as a decimal, and this decimal has to be between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, but it can't be 10. All right, that's why there's no equal here. It can't be 10. It's less than 10, but it's greater than or equal to 1. Cool. So let's do this example now. Let's do another example. This type of question, it just gets easier and easier when you have examples. All right. So for this one now, we're gonna move the decimal point right in front of the first significant figure, right? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we moved it 4 places to the right. Cool. So we're gonna get 7.96413, right? And that will be multiplied by 10, not to the 4, even though we'll move it 4 places, because it's a small number, it would be 10 to the negative 4. Cool, because we moved it 4 places to the right. So if we move it to the left, it's gonna be positive, right? But if we move it to the right, it's gonna be negative. All right, guys, great. So let's look at these 3 examples. You know I love to do 3 examples, right? So the first one now, it says express the following in standard form or a scientific notation, right? And it says correct to 4 significant figures. Cool. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to just put it in standard form. All right, I think that's the best thing to do. We're going to say, all right, remember the point should be here, and we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to the right, so we should get 8.37921, right? And we'll move it how much spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, guys, so just correcting this here. If you move it to the right, it should be a negative power, and if you move it to the left, it should be a positive power. All right? So let me just state that one more time. If we move into the right, it should be a negative power. If you move the decimal place to the left, it should be a positive power. All right? All right, guys. So, whoopsie. All right, so back to it now. All right, so we'll move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to the left. So since we move it 5 spaces to the left, it should be 8.37921 times 10 to the 5, right? Now, it says it should be in 4 significant figures. So we're going to look at the 4 plus 1th significant figure, which is the 5th significant figure. Is that figure greater than or equal to 5? No, it's not. So it's gonna be 8.379 multiplied by 10 to the 5. Cool. So we'll find the standard form or scientific notation first, and then we just treat this normally like how we would for significant figures and break it down. All right. So we're done that one. So the next one now, guys, we'll have 0.0006891. And we need it correct to 2 significant figures. So the first thing, we're going to put it in standard form, and we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the right. So we're going to end up with 6.8931. And remember, when we move to the right, the power is going to be negative. So this is going to be 10 times, this is going to be times 10 to the negative 4, right? Because we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the right. And it says they want it in 2 significant figures, right? So we're going to look at the 2 plus 1th space, and that's a 9. That 9 is greater than or equal to 5. So we're going to end up with 6.9 multiplied by 10 to the negative 4. All right? Cool. So the next one now, we have 978,609,103, right? And we need it correct to 3 significant figures. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find where the decimal point should be and move it right to the first significant figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? It should be right here. So we'll end up with 9.78609,103 times, we moved it 8 places to the left. When we move to the left, we'll get a positive. So it's 10 to the 8. But we need this in 3 significant figures, right? So we're going to look at the 3 plus 1th, which is the 4th significant figure. And is that 6? That 6 is greater than or equal to 5. It's true. So we're going to add a 1 to that 8, and we're going to get 9.79 multiplied by 10 to the 8, right? And this is the answer. All right, guys? Awesome. guys. And remember to do the examples in the worksheet. This is one of those things where the more you do it, the easier it gets. So you have to practice this one. All right, guys. The more you do it, the easier it's gonna get. It's really easy once you get used to it. All right, guys. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Cool. All right, guys. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next lecture. And remember to do your best, and God will do the rest.